Hey, what's up, YouTube? Trading Futures Live here, where we trade futures live in front of the camera every single day. We try and show you our winners, our losers. We try and be as transparent as possible. With that being said, trading is inherently risky and can result in the loss of capital, so please do not take any of our trades or copy any of our trades. We are here for educational purposes only. Let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to be rolling solo again today. We've got the calendar. We did have a preliminary GDP quarter over quarter. Came in a little bit better than expected, but still negative, so still in a economic contraction. This is just a revisement of the previous number that came out that we talked about in the pre-market analysis. We also had unemployment claims better than expected. And we have the Jackson Hole Symposium coming up starting today. Tomorrow, Core PCE Price Index, the Fed's main inflation indicator that they use when determining interest rates. So that's going to be big tomorrow. And then Powell speaking tomorrow at the Jackson Hole Symposium at 10 a.m. So kind of had other than Monday, we had a nice drop down, but then we've had a choppy 2 days. Really kind of probably just waiting on Jackson Hole and PCE and Powell speaking. And so we have in the overnight broken out of yesterday's range, but we and are holding near the highs of yesterday on all four major indexes except the Dow here. The Dow is holding above yesterday's close, though, so still bullish. But you'll see we had a spike here on all four major indexes at 2 a.m. That was German GDP that we had a spike on, but have since pulled back. And so the dollar has been corresponding to these moves. When the markets were pushing up, the dollar was going down. And since that reversal, the dollar's been going back up as the markets have been coming down. So some confluence there with as far as their correlation or their inverse correlation. And so we do like to see that. We've got less than a minute for the market to open here. If we go real quick to the 60-minute, this is where I marked out my if-then scenarios. Mostly going to be playing the ranges today. For me to get long on some type of breakout, it's going to have to be up above this zone up here, up above the overnight high. It is a pretty good resistance level. It was resistance here, then it was support after CPI broke through, pulled back, became support. We hesitated at it here. We didn't get a rejection off of it, but we did hesitate there, and we did reject off of it overnight. So for me to get long, I'm going to want to see a breakout above that. Other than that, I'm going to be, if it tests this zone, I'm going to be looking more for it to hesitate, show signs of weakness below to maybe take it back down. And the same but opposite is true to the downside. I'm going to be looking more to take these lower levels long and play the ranges today rather than any sort of breakouts. For me to get in a breakout short, we're either going to need to break yesterday's lows and this whole zone, not just yesterday's lows, but this entire level that's it's a pretty good level. And or my only breakout short might be here of this pre-market support level, a quick breakout. If it breaks out, gives me a pullback, and the internals are all in my favor. The market is now open. The market is now open. We are up, and so the internals here have opened up in pretty good positive territory. Positive 1800 for the NQ, positive 1300 for the ES, positive 900 even. Oh, it opened up here at nearly 1200 on the tick charts. If you're just joining us, this is what we use here as our internals to help determine the trend. We've got the advanced decline up here on these first two on the top for the NYSE. This is for the ES, and then the Nasdaq. We've got the tick charts for the NYSE and the Nasdaq down here. Then I've got the VIX and the dollar. VIX popping up. Let's go ahead and see what's going on the 5-minute. We did get a breakdown there on the 5. I need to make an adjustment on my charts real quick. Yeah, good morning, Kogi. Yeah, I agree. On the ranging day. So we're going to try and stay patient and play the ranges. There we go. Did break up pre-market support here. We're going to want to see a nice close, though. But again, we're going to look to play these ranges, especially if it comes here into the overnight. We get a rejection off. Koki may even have a limit order down there, but I don't play that limit order game. I need to see a rejection off, holding above, for me to try and get in there. See what kind of volume we had. Lower than average volume on the 2-minute. It's looking like it's probably going to be lower than average volume on the 5-minute as well. Yeah. All right, so about 10 seconds left in this first 5 minutes. Nice strong push down. We do have yesterday's POC at 4139.50. So the lower edge of this range, price could come down to this lower edge, get rejected off. So we're going to stay patient. Let's take a look at the internals. The internals here on the NYSE are holding strong to the upside after that drop. I mean, we didn't even pull back into negative. I mean, we pulled back to basically, sorry, it's positive 500 on the tick chart. Did make it back to the 0 line on the NQ there. But I'm not going to rush into anything yet. Going to kind of wait and see if this establishes any sort of trend. Good morning, Python. How's everyone doing this morning? We do apologize, none of us could make it on yesterday. That overnight trade was you got on the pop up or the pullback back down. We had a nice pop at 2 a.m. There was German GDP economic news. But made a high, triple top. See you later. Short and long, very nice. If you're just joining us and you maybe didn't catch the pre-market analysis, we're going to stay very patient today. We're going to play the ranges for the most part. This is the hourly chart. For me to really get long on any type of breakout or short on any type of breakout, I'm going to need to break this overnight high, this level up here. I've got a very nice level of resistance up here. I'm going to be more so playing the ranges today. We have the Jackson Hole Symposium starting today. We're waiting on PCE news tomorrow morning, as well as Powell speaking tomorrow. So I'm not expecting any huge moves today. We're going to look to play the ranges from the highs to yesterday's lows. I'm going to need to see a strong push out of here for me to think about taking any sort of breakout long. For the most part, I'm going to be trying to play reversal trades off of these highs and off of the lows. Short on the third top, yes sir. 1, 2, 3, see you later. Weakest market today is most certainly the Dow. It's broken the overnight low, holding below right now. No other market has really even tested the overnight low yet. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this 15-minute. My first play is going to be for it to come down into this overnight low level that I have here. retest, take it long if it does get rejected from here. If this is the low, at least in this early session, and we break up, I'm gonna want to see it break up above this support again to try and get long there. So those are going to be my two most immediate potential setups. Let's take a look at the internals here. ES finally made it down to the zero line on the tick chart. Got rejected off. And Q's holding above the zero line as well. Got the dollar here on a 1 hour. Dollar here's right back at yesterday's close. We do have some supply up here. No other news events today other than just the symposium starting. So again, we're going to play these ranges today. We're going to stay patient. See if we get a move in or out of any of my levels here. Okay, didn't quite make it down to this level. Getting a strong push through here. Got about 30 seconds in this 5 minute, and then we're going to have 5 minutes left in this 30. Now if, all right, we get a clean break of this level, a nice close above, we get a pullback. I need to make sure that my target is before the overnight high. I do not want my 2 to 1. I do not want it to be beyond this level. And so I'll need to make the calculations in real time. But let's say we liked this level. Say we were getting in now. I'd be risking the entire previous 5 minute candle there. So I would not have the room right now at 2 to 1. So we're going to want to try and get a better entry. Certainly the best stop location right now is beyond the opening range pivot. But that certainly wouldn't give me the profit potential I need. For me to get out before the overnight high of 87.75. Let's say I get out at 85. I would need to, I could get in here at the top of the zone, risking the entire 5 minute candle, and still get out 2 to 1 before the top of the range there. So that'll kind of be what I'm looking at if I want my stop beyond the pivot. Then I would need to get in at about 59. Let's just call it 60. Not exactly 2 to 1, but pretty close. But that's a huge zone there. It's quite the big stop, 13 points on a low volume, low volatility ES right now. So I'm definitely looking for stops to be less than 10 points right now. Got about 2 minutes left in this first 30. I think if we close strong like that, advanced clients starting to push back up. Not getting any love from the dollar here. I would like to see the dollar start to break down. We are near some highs here on the tick chart. It's been holding up here in these last few candles. That's fine. I can have a nice strong close. But we're going to want to get in with the tick chart near these lows, not up here, because then we're going to have to suffer the pullback of the tick chart. So we'll be taking this limit potentially, whether it comes back to us or not. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it's planning on coming back to us, that's for sure. We'll take a look at this on the 2 minute. We do have a ton of volume here in this candle. That's kind of my play there. Would be something more like that. All right, new 30. We can go 7.5 points to there if it comes back. Issue is it's gone so far without me that I don't know if gonna be patient putting this order on. For it to pull back all the way to there, this is gonna come crashing down pretty hard here on this tick chart. That's okay, we're gonna stay patient though. Not gonna rush into anything. Just trying to take 1 or 2 good trades a day. Don't want to chase. Don't want to jump into anything that wasn't very well planned out. So we're going to stay patient. We are going to stay patient. Tick charts have pulled back. ES pulled back near its lows. NQ pulled back to the 0 line. And if you're already long, it's a pretty okay sign. We didn't get a overtly strong pullback here. Do have the dollar starting to break down. We had such a strong push up, though, I'm not going to be setting a limit order here just yet. Because for it to get down here, we could create a new extreme low on the tick chart. So, again, gonna stay patient. For it to pull back into there also, we're gonna get a heck of a selling candle on the 5-minute, whether it's this one or the next one. It'll be the next one. We've got 15 seconds left in this 5-minute. And we wait. If you're just joining us and you're expecting to see a bunch of trades on this channel, ain't gonna happen. It will not happen. We're here to take 1 or 2 good trades a day. Be patient, wait for our setups. And try and take a high probability, high expectancy trade. That's it. That's all we're trying to do. Minute 30 in this 15. Certainly not enough of a pullback for me. I wouldn't have enough profit potential there to get out early enough. So we wait. Certainly, the internals are somewhat bullish. Advanced declines are trending up. Dollar, like I said, finally starting to break down, inversely correlated to the markets. And so that's good for strength in the markets. And we've got the VIX steadily coming down as well, inversely correlated. So we've been waiting for the dollar to align itself with this long move in the market, and it has now. All right, seeing some more resistance there from the, this was the pre-market resistance level. Saw a nice initial reaction there, getting another reaction right now. Let's see how far down this comes. This strong push is wide. Like, I will not be setting a limit order here. We get a double top up here, pushing down. It's not like the initial pullback to come back and retest these highs and hopefully break through. We're now seeing quite a bit of selling. If it makes it back down to my level, I'm gonna want to see some nice price action here before trying to get into a trade. I'm going to need to see some sort of retest that buyers are really stepping in and want to break through this, not just get in on the first test. So we will stay patient. So if we pull back into the zone, I'll be looking for some type of retest to go long in this. Same to the upside. If we shoot straight up into here, I'm going to want to start to see some signs of weakness to make an attempt at getting short there. Hey, good morning, 1914. Haven't seen you in a week or so. We are getting strong pushes from the Russell and the NQ. Russell's getting very close to the overnight high right now. NQ's a little bit behind, but getting pretty close to the overnight high as well. Dow is still the weakest. Dow is still sitting even below what looks to be this pivot. It's still sitting down here, basically. All right, so that's 5 minutes left in this 30. NQ broke the overnight. Russell broke the overnight. Dow's finally starting to push up again. But still, the Dow's trapped still below essentially this level here. Got the overnight way up here. The Dow is still trapped in the drop from, well, essentially from, no, the open drop was down here, but some pre-market resistance here. Russell finally broke out. NQ finally broke out. ES. Still got almost 10 more points to make it to the overnight high. We're getting quite the rejection off of that spike up there on the tick charts here. But for the most part, tick charts holding above the 0 line, made a higher high there. 0 line's essentially holding. Advanced declines are trending upwards. NQ still hasn't broken above the open there, but certainly trending upwards. VIX coming down. Dollar coming down. All bullish signs. Quite the volume spike on that push there. Must have been a ton of stops right here above this pivot. Bunch of people that got in on a short, breaking that neckline right there with their stops above. See if the Russell and the NQ close above. They close above the overnight high here on the NQ. All right, new 30. NQ did close above the highs, as did the Russell. So if we get some kind of follow through. Really don't want to be playing any types of longs today. We shall see. See what kind of rejections we get off of up here. I'm gonna journal that set up as a trade plan. It won't be a mistrade, but just want to. Dollar's continuing to push down. VIX pushing down. The advanced decline here, though, is just... I mean, NQ just made a new high. Some wide-ranging candles not showing up here on the advanced decline. It's like flattening out. Not in line with these ridiculous 15-minute candles. VIX is back down to 22. It's dropped an entire dollar since the open. Not seeing much follow through yet from the Russell or the NQ here. Dollar blew through some support that I had here. These highs and these lows there. It's got room to run down to these lows. Got about 20 seconds in this 5 minute. Starting to see a little bit of a push from the Dow and the NQ. Dow essentially still trying to break this pivot here. It's like right at it right now. Break above there on the Dow could push the rest of these markets a little bit higher. NQ is definitely the strongest right now. But again, those pushes are not correlating here with this advanced decline. Minute left in this 15. Advanced decline on the ES has even started to flatten out. Just got a test of the lows on the tick chart. Testing the lows here on the ES, testing the lows here on the NQ. Flattening out, flattening out. See if we get a push to any extreme lows as a signal, as our first signal here on the tick chart that this might want to start turning around. Until then, won't be any shorts for me. Got a new low here on the NYSE tick. Sorry, on the tick Q. New low, nothing, pretty much just add the lows here on the NYSE tick though. So we'll see, is that the first sign of a bearish move to come? Still not necessarily getting that signal here on the dollar or the VIX. This move is starting to lose momentum though. All right, we had a nice wide-ranging candle, and They're starting to die off here in this demand. We'll see if we get another push down into these lows and another new low. That'll kind of be the signal to start to look for a short. But we did come back up to these highs from the overnight and have stalled there. The Russell broke out above, but is now back below. The NQ is the only one holding up above. Certainly the NQ is the strongest market, followed by the Russell right now. Then the ES and the Dow is the weakest market. No trade so far, guys. It's been a ranging day. We were certainly expecting it to be a ranging day. Did not give me a chance to trade off of these lows here. Didn't pull back into my zone for me to try and find an opportunity to get long near the open, just after the open. Had a potential long sit up here after this breakout, but never pulled back deep enough for me to try and get in, and so now we are trying to see about a potential short from these highs here. Going to keep an eye on the internals. Another nice push down on the tick chart for the ES here. New low pushing lower. New low not pushing lower yet. We are starting to see the rollover here. Dollar pushing up. Would love to see a new low here on the NQ. If I see a new low here on the NQ, I'm going to start looking for a short on the ES, but that'll give me some additional confirmation that even the NQ wants to roll over, especially it being the strongest market. All right, strong push out of there with some decent volume. Let's see, let's see, let's see. I can certainly seeing price coming back down, especially to this zone here. About 5 minutes left in this hour. Got the tick at new lows. Definitely going to want to see a pullback to get into this trade. That's the alarm for 5 minutes left in this hour. We're going to try and get in there, 8.5. Let's go 7.5. I'm not going to set this trade yet. I do want to see a pullback on this tick chart. We are too low down here. We can certainly pop back up to these highs. So I'm going to be looking more for it to pop back up to these highs and maybe take the trade confirmation coming out of my zone there. Looking like a potential short under 41.80. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Do have about 3 minutes left in this hour. So I'm going to see if I can get in early in this next 30-minute candle. I don't want to get caught in the volatility of that 30-minute candle right now. But we've got the dollar pushing up. VIX potentially starting to push back up. Tick charts certainly made new lows on top of another new low. We're getting the pullback on that tick chart now. Advanced declines rolling over back below the 21 EMA. See what kind of a pullback we get now. It is a healthy pullback on the tick chart there. If we weren't so close to the right, we've got it's a decent pullback. Of course, it can pull back much further. I mean, it can even just make a new damn high there. But from these lows to that pullback, if we weren't so close to the new hourly candle, I would likely have already submitted my order. But I'm going to wait. Got a minute 15. Looks like the NQ is going to close back below its overnight after popping up above, trying to make another push up. Looks like we're going to be closing below the overnight and the Russell as well. The Russell made a break above, but has been sitting below and is going to print pretty bearish candle, as is the NQ. The NQ is going to have a pretty nice rejection candle. New 30. Tick charts are pushing down. Dollar pushing up. VIX pushing up slightly. New lows on the tick chart for the NYSE. I plan on getting into this. I'm going to have to extend my entry down. Take a bit more risk. Getting the pullback now on the tick chart. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Waiting to see here how far back this tick chart wants to pull. Could just pull back to there and start hanging out below the zero line, in which case I'm never going to get filled. But let's see if it gives us a pop up. And I'll finally be man enough to hit the submit button. No dice. Back down to the lows, new lows on the NQ. That's a new low on the ES. That'll certainly be a mistrade. Dollar's retracing hard. Probably one of the main reasons we haven't gotten enough of a pullback is it's just been green, 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 green. That was the only hesitation that I got to get back into the trade. Didn't do it. Paying the price for it. And a missed trade opportunity. And it's already gone far enough now that I can't put a limit order. I need to, it'll be confirmation. Comes test these lows. Comes test these lows and comes back into here. I'll take a confirmation on the way back down. But I'm going to need the internals in my favor at that point. Now, can we expect a pullback? We can plan on a pullback. If I was already in this short and it comes into this rally-based rally, I could expect for it to pull back up into here. But the zero line on the tick chart continues to hold. See, we're starting to see a little bit of a pullback right now on the dollar. Strong pushes down on all four markets. Yeah, it could consolidate up here, James. But if I get a pullback, I could also expect another leg down. See what the dollar does. We are getting into lunchtime. Markets could certainly slow down and consolidate up here. Wait for the afternoon. There's no more news today. New lows again on the tick chart. It's most certainly going to be a missed trade for me. I do have to learn to be a little bit more aggressive on my execution. It's a ranging day. Planned on it being a ranging day. I was patient and ended up being a little bit too patient. But when I see a wide-ranging candle like that, I need to be more aggressive on my entries. When we had all of this consolidation here, and we basically broke it in 2 candles with a solid close down. Same on the 5-minute. 5 consolidating candles there. 5-minute engulfing. I need to just get in, stop above the pivot. Gonna need to make some notes of that in my journal. I don't even mind a long from here. This is actually my original trade setup. Let's see, 65 down to 55, but I'm not gonna have the profit potential that I had before. 65 to 55. Let's see what we got. Let me do this on the 5-minute. This point I'd want to be getting out way down here, like 1.5 to 1. Even down here at the 80. Certainly a stop. I mean, even a stop down here below the pivot. Target at 59.75. I think that was target there then. 59.75, yep. So that would have been target there. That'll certainly be a mistrade. With that, I'm going to call it a morning, guys. I'm going to make an attempt at turning this off. That mistrade is quite a bit frustrating for me right now. And so, yeah, I'll have a daily recap on it on a mistrade. If I take another trade later, I'll make sure to include that in the recap. But for now, no trades today, missed opportunities. Need to be a bit more aggressive in my execution into well planned out trades, which it was. Just didn't have a way in. Yeah, with that, we will call it a morning. Thank you guys for joining us. Catch us tomorrow, 9 a.m. pre-market analysis. There may not be a pre-market analysis tomorrow. We might just have to start with the live session at 9:25. So that is still up in the air, though. I don't have any definitive answer on that just yet. Maybe in the daily recap, I can let you guys know if there's a definitive answer to that. Other than that, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll catch you in our next video. Take care.